So in this video, I'm gonna show you how to scan documents with your iPhone Air camera. There are two methods of doing that, depending on where you want the destination file to land. I'll show you the first method, which has been there for a longer time, and you may be more familiar with it. So it'll be going to the Notes app. And I know it's kind of weird, but yeah, this used to be the only option. Now there's another one which I'm going to show you later. You need to create a note, of course, then select the attachment button, and now find scan documents. And now I can just put a document right here. And I can take the photo of it. I'm just gonna make sure it's all in the viewport of my camera. And now just one document, but of course you can scan multiple ones. Feel free to enable flashlight, for example, or filters like grayscale, black and white, or photo filter. And you can enable or disable auto shutter, because now it has taken the photo automatically when it detected the whole document in frame. But you may actually want to turn it off and take the photo yourself. Now I'm gonna prove it, and you can see it is scanned here. It has applied a filter automatically to make it look a bit better, like a scanned document. Also, it has made it look straight in the frame, even though it wasn't straight as I took the picture. It just changed the perspective, you know. Now, the other method won't actually scan into your Notes app, but into a file. And to do it, go to Preview app, which is a new app on iOS 26, and you should click on Scan Documents, and it's gonna work the same exact way, but this time it will actually save it somewhere else. So let's click on that document. Now, of course, you can click on it before approving to, for example, adjust it, because you can see right here, I have some problems. First of all, I need to rotate it. Second of all, I'd like to adjust it so it's a bit better adjusted. By the way, under my finger, there's this little dot that tells me, that just magnifies where I'm pointing. Now I think it's better. I'm gonna approve it. It is indeed better. I can go to filters and change whether it's color, it's grayscale, or black and white. I'm gonna set it to black and white because it makes it have a higher contrast. And then there's, I can just go back and approve it. And now you can see it as a complete file. I can, of course, rename it. I can do stuff with it. Let's just do manual, approve it. And now it is in your document, so you can view it here. It's in my recents. I'm gonna go to browse and actually see where it is. It's in iCloud Drive, then preview, and preview is right here. But I'd like to move it somewhere else. To do it, press and hold on it, then tap on move, and I'll move it to on my iPhone, and just here, not into any folder, just to my iPhone, not to iCloud Drive. I'm gonna copy. Then if I go to either preview or if I go to files, I'll also see it in files. If I go to files, browse on my iPhone, manual, and it is right here. So I hope that the video was helpful. Don't forget to like and subscribe, and I'll see you in the next one. Hello, in this video I'm gonna show you how to verify whether your iPhone Air is real or fake. To check if your iPhone Air is real or fake, I would highly recommend first going to Settings, then going to General, and going to About. Now scroll down and find IMEI numbers. Now, there are two IMEI numbers, and these are unique device identifiers. And if you have the box from the iPhone, then you should verify whether this IMEI is equal to this one and IMEI 2 is equal to this one. But remember, sometimes you might have bought an original but used iPhone with replaced box, and it may be inaccurate here. Also, sometimes maybe a fake iPhone will have the correct IMEI written on the box, because maybe the box is original, the iPhone is fake, and the iPhone has altered IMEI number. But we should also try pressing and holding on the IMEI. Let's copy it. And what I'm gonna do is go to Notes, paste it here, then remove the spaces because the spaces aren't needed right now. Let's now double tap on it, click on copy, and go to the browser. Now search for imei.info. Oh, okay, it already has found it because it's in my history. But let's go here. Let's go to imei.info. Let's enter my IMEI number. Let's click on check IMEI. And you can see it has discovered it correctly. It's iPhone Air. It shows everything that it has to. And basically, it's correct, right? Now, if it wasn't, then it is something suspicious. Now, let's check settings. And if you're not yet logged into an account here, or if you are, I would recommend signing out and then signing in. But I wouldn't recommend signing in with your real Apple account because, you know, it's not really something that I would recommend doing on a phone that you suspect may be unreal, because maybe scammers will track that Apple account later. So what I would recommend doing is going to a website account.apple.com, as you can see. Then clicking on this arrow right here, create your Apple account, and creating a fake Apple account. Of course, make sure to enter a proper phone number because you'll need to verify the phone number with a text message. And when you have it all set, when it's created, go to settings and sign into that account that you have created and see if it works. If you are unable to sign in, that's also something suspicious. Also, if you go there and it actually shows Google login information instead of Apple account, then it's something very suspicious. Another thing is to test out the Face ID. Face ID is face recognition and lets you unlock your iPhone. Now, if you'd like to check it, you should go to the Face ID and passcode right here. Enter your passcode if you already have it. And now let's set up the Face ID. Let's go here, get started, and now enter your Face ID. Start rotating your face around in a full circle. And now I'm gonna click on setup later here, but you can go for that. We are just doing it quickly. Now let's try unlocking the iPhone with Face ID. You can see it works. Now let's try unlocking it with my face covered. You can see it doesn't work. I need to enter the passcode. And now, what's the most important? Let's try unlocking it with camera covered. You can see here, I'm gonna do it at an angle or maybe in light. You can see here, there is the camera, and the other pill here is the sensor for Face ID. So you will actually need to cover only the camera without covering the sensor on the right side. The camera is on the left side of this punch hole. Right, so I'm gonna cover the camera and try unlocking, and it worked. Why did it work? Because Face ID on real iPhones utilizes a 3D scan without the camera. So it works in complete darkness and works with camera covered. Only this part has to be uncovered. And now let's try covering the whole top part of the phone. Let's try unlocking it. I'm like covering everything, you can see, and it works. So now let's try the next part, which is gonna be App Store. Let's go to the App Store. And now App Store should look like this. It shouldn't look different. It should be like that. And when you search for apps, for example, Bear, because Bear is an app that is Apple exclusive and doesn't work on Android, then you should be able to download it by either clicking on a cloud with a down arrow if it was already downloaded in the past on your iPhone, or there will be a get button. A get button will let you either click on install and then enter your Apple account password, or double click on the side button and verify with your Face ID. But I already have the Bear downloaded in the past, so now I can open it. It is opened, it looks like this, it works. So now we know that it is correct. And now, if you have any more suspicions, feel free to either compare the visuals, compare the system with a different iPhone. You can, for example, go to an electronics store that sells iPhones and see, like compare it with an iPhone Air that they have there, or go to an authorized Apple service and ask them whether your iPhone is fake. But I hope that I could help you. Remember that the frame here should be glossy, like that, because it's made out of titanium. This part should be glass and matte here, glossy on the Apple logo and glossy on the island. When it comes to the visuals, then we should have this button for the camera control that will open the camera, this button for turning the phone off. Then on the left side there will be action button, which when we press and hold, we can turn something on or off, whatever is set to that button. And these are the volume rockers, and at the bottom it should have this like small grill with two holes and a charging port in between. And I hope that this video was helpful. Don't forget to like and subscribe, and I'll see you in the next one. Hello, in this video I'm gonna show you how to add widgets to your home screen on iPhone Air. To add widgets to your home screen, you will need to actually begin by pressing and holding anywhere on the screen to enter edit mode. You can see I already have two widgets, but let's not mind them. Let's just go to a fresh page to add our own widgets. Now let's click on edit and click on add widget. Now you can select what widget you like to add, and there are multiple ones. There are some suggestions, but also you can just go into a certain app and see a widget of that certain app. So let's first add something simple like our contacts. I think contacts will give us quite a lot of info. You can see we have different types of contact widgets. I'll add this one. Let's click on add widget, and now you can resize it if you want to make it the different size. Okay, I can't really size it down for some reason, but yeah, I can click on it while in editing mode and change what contacts I have here. Let's replace this one with another one, just like that. Then when you're done, click on done and you have the widget. If you want to remove it, enter edit mode again and click on minus in the top left corner, then click on remove. Now I'm gonna add a widget stack. Widget stack lets you have multiple widgets in one place. When you click on edit, click on add widget, then you can find widget smart stack. And then select the size that you feel is appropriate. I'll select this one, click on Add Widget, and now if you want to customize it, click on it. You can slide across different widgets that you have here. You can remove them. I'm gonna remove them all together so I can add my own ones. Let's remove all of them, as I said. And now I'll add new widgets. To do it, click on plus and now select a widget that you'd like to add. I think maybe not the status. I like the clock. Let's add it. Of course, that can be also customized. When you click on it, you can change the cities. Let's click on plus and let's add another one, like for example the App Store recommendations. Then click on plus and let's add maybe 2 more reminders. And plus and add the last one, like weather. Weather is gonna be great. Now, when we have all of these, you can enable or disable Smart Rotate. Smart Rotate will automatically rotate between the widgets based on what it thinks is the most relevant to you right now. You can also enable or disable widget suggestions, so it'll add additional widgets that aren't here on the list, just occasionally. Now let's click on Done, and let's click on Done. Now we have the widget stack, and we can just slide across different widgets to find what we need to learn the most. And that's basically it for the widgets. I hope that the video was helpful. Don't forget to like and subscribe, and I'll see you in the next one. Hello, in this video I'm gonna explain low power mode on your iPhone Air. Okay, low power mode will save your battery alive. So if you're low on battery, or if you know that you're, for example, outside, you don't have your charger with you, you won't be able to charge your phone, and you need it to run for a long time, then you can enable low power mode. And you can enable it in 2 different methods. Later on, I'll explain what it exactly does. So the first method is sliding down from the right top part of the screen. Then if you don't have a certain control for it, like I do, I don't have the control button. So I can just click on the plus in the top left corner, then add a control at the bottom and find low power mode. Now I can add it. I can click anywhere on the screen to exit out of the editing mode, and now click on the button to enable low power mode. And now you can see it says what it does. Mail fetch. So the mail in the mail app will not fetch automatically. I think it may fetch automatically, but instead of like all the time, instead of that, it'll just fetch every 30 minutes. Background app refresh will be reduced. Automatic downloads and some visual effects also will be reduced or disabled. And we can click on continue. Now the low power mode is enabled because we can see the orange battery at the top, which indicates the low power mode. What it also does is it lowers your screen timeout. So I typically have my screen timeout set to never. So when I'm speaking for a longer time on a video, the screen doesn't go off. But in low power mode, it's always set to, I believe, like 30%, 30 seconds. So yeah, you can see it's the screen is going off after 30 seconds. Now, if we go to battery in settings, this is the second method of enabling the low power mode. And if you go to power mode, you can set it to low or enable it. You can see it also reduces the brightness a little bit, limits 5G, iCloud syncing, changes the display refresh rate from 120 Hz to 60 Hz, and changes also the speed of your phone, just reduces the speed of the CPU, just so it's usable enough, but playing games may be a little bit harsh. And I'm gonna disable the low power mode because I don't need it right now, but this is how to use it. I hope that this video was helpful. Don't forget to like and subscribe, and I'll see you in the next one. Hello. Today I'll show you standby mode on iPhone Air, how to set it up and how to use it. Standby mode will display your clock while the phone is charged. And to use it, you will need to go to the settings to enable the mode. In the settings, in the main page of settings, you'll see standby. Now, make sure it's enabled. You can go to display and select whether you want the display to automatically be turned off after 20 seconds, or never be turned off. You can also enable or disable night mode, which will display a red tint in low ambient lighting, so it's less distracting at night. And when it's set to something else than never, then you can set it to motion to wake, so it'll turn on the display even if you don't tap on the screen, if you just if it discovers you're moving, because it can do that. I'll set it to never, and you can enable or disable notifications. And you can also show a preview on tap only, so notifications that are shown will only be the preview of the notification, the content of it will only be shown when you tap on the screen. And now to use it, your phone must be charging and must be in horizontal position. So I'll try to demonstrate that. I don't know if it's gonna be very visible because you can see my camera goes from the top. I will use a wireless charger, but it also works in wired chargers. I need to tilt it like that. And now let's see if I lock the iPhone, if it opens that. Yes, it did. Let's continue. Okay, it was a little not enough. Okay, let's continue with the standby. And now we have the clock and the calendar. We can actually swipe between different widgets here, so feel free to mess around with that. You can also slide like that to view your photos. It'll just slide through your different photos that you have. Okay, it's configuring itself. Let's see if it finds it. Okay, we can tap and hold to actually add our own album. And now we'll have some photos, but we can also slide left to the last one. And here we can just slide between different types of clocks. And this is basically how it looks. So I hope that the video was helpful. The last thing that I'm gonna show you is the red tint. So when I turn the light off, you'll shortly see that it turns red. Yes, it did. It has turned very dark and red, and I can still see the clock and everything. I can even see the map still. You can see, but it's just red now. And I hope that this video was helpful. Don't forget to like and subscribe, and I'll see you in the next one.
Welcome. In this video, I'll be showing you how you can import your music onto your iPhone. Now, I'll be using iPhone 17 in this video, or 17 Air, I should add. And the benefit of doing this is that you no longer will need to rely on any kind of internet connection or subscriptions. You can have all your music stored on the device, and there's obviously going to be a couple different ways you can go about this, and also a couple different ways you can go about owning the music on your computer. So if you have CDs, that's fantastic. It's always great to support your artists that you like. And one of the things that you can do, which is pretty nice, is you can buy music off of Apple Music platform. So it will automatically allow you to purchase the music and download it and then just load it up to your device, which makes it super easy. And the music there, to be truthful, it is fairly priced, about 99 cents per song. I would say is well within reason. At least last time I checked, that was how much it was. So you know what, let's check how much it actually costs now. So I'll be using Windows for this, which you can obviously see right now, but this will also work on Mac. The only difference is it's going to be much easier on a Mac, as you literally don't need to download anything. Just open up your music application and that's it. Now on Windows, on the other hand side, we do need to download not only one but two programs. Before, we used iTunes for this. If you are old school, you probably used this before, but nowadays Apple decided to swap it up for two programs instead of one. And yeah, it's the shadiest design I could ever conceive. So let me walk you through this, what we need to get. So open up your store, Microsoft Store to be more precise. And in the search bar, we can search for iTunes. It's not what we're gonna need, but I honestly didn't remember the names for this, so that was the easiest way for me to find it. And one of the things that we need is Apple Music. The other thing that we need is Apple devices. Now, the way this moronic design works is Apple Music is basically a media player or music player, along with a store for music. And the option here, the Apple devices, is a program that allows you that allows your phone, once connected to your computer, to interface with this. If it seems stupid and idiotic, that's because it is. That's basically what a single program before used to do. And graphically, it didn't look that much different. So I have no idea why this became obsolete. You can still download it, but it's not going to work. So you can, it just serves no purpose. So you now need two different programs to do a single function. Awesome. That's a sarcastic clap for you, Tim Cook. Anyway, so once you have both of them downloaded, you just press on the free, which changes this to get when you hover over it. And once it installs, you can open it up, which is what I'm going to do. And in here, we have our Apple Music. Now, let's quickly check out of curiosity if we search for... I need to sign in to actually see the prices. Great design. Can I do that now? No, I can't. Okay, so I'm not going to bother with this. Now, I have downloaded music from a, let's call it the C here, but I downloaded music from an artist that I own a vinyl from. Specifically this album that I downloaded a single song from as an example for this. So this is going to be in here, Sleep Token. Actually, I have two songs right here. Now, so Sleep Token, like I said, album that I owned. I just downloaded it for the purpose right here. And what we will need to do is grab these. Now, if you're on the Mac, I believe you can just do, come on, you can just do this. Wait, just go to library, songs, boop, and there we go. It shows up. Now, one thing that I want to point out right now, if we go into Show in Explorer, this is going to take us to the Downloads folder. Not where we want to have our music probably stored. So I'm going to show you a better way. Just get rid of those for now. Are you sure you want to delete the selected items from library? Yes, I do. Okay, so they're still here. Good. So I just deleted them from the application. So now let's open up our browser right here. I'm gonna navigate to computer and user. It's gonna be in here, and we are looking for music, Apple Music, media. Now you can see I also have another song also from the same artist. It's the same song that I have right here, but it's already in here. Now, just to give you a quick heads up, I'll just close this. Quick heads up, if we go in here and into the settings and into files, you can see this domain, basically the Apple Music media folder, is already added. So Apple Music should be pulling all the media from here. There is a song which wasn't visible in here at all. So just to go back. So songs, there's no song here. There is a song in this folder. And if we add these ones, should show up. Let's close this up. We might need to drag them again in there, but we'll see. Yep, so we need to drag them. Now you will see something. I selected 3 files, drag them in, only 2 appeared. The reason for that is there is a compatibility. It's still Apple. We shouldn't be expecting too much from them. It's only one of the richest corporations on the planet. You can see this is an MP3. Works fine. This, on the other hand side, is a lossless file called FLAC. That's not supported. Apparently FLACs are just too big of a hindrance to our music player here, which is designed to play music, but apparently it can't. So it can't, meaning the file, the FLAC format for it is just one that isn't supporting it, even though it should, because it's literally a lossless format. Would be freaking nice. But nonetheless, now that we have our music added right here, you can clearly see it, we can now add it to our device. Now, if your music is labeled correctly, it has the metadata. So if we click on it, or right click on it and go into properties, we can see all the information about each track. You can edit that as well in here. So we can add our artwork right here, we can add lyrics, we can in details add the title, album, artist, and so on. So there is plethora of data that you can add to it. It's all the metadata for this. Now this will make it much better when later on, if you downloaded some like MP3 or for instance converted YouTube music to like MP3, I'm pretty sure most of us have done that at one point, that won't have the metadata. So it will be just a file name, similar to what this is like right here. And when you plop it in here, it won't have the album, artist, and all that stuff. It will be just a title, which will be everything, artist, the track, the album listed in here. So you'll need to edit that, most likely also add your artwork or album. And this will make it much better later on, because if we go into albums, there is the album. If you go into artist, there is the artist. So right now it might seem like this is kind of redundant, but now let's open up the there we go, Apple devices. And grab the cable and we're gonna plug it in. So we're plugging in the phone right now. Unlock it. Gonna allow this. Okay. Let's agree. Start. Okay, that might be problematic. So I might need to actually get rid of this phone from the camera view and plug it in directly to the computer, as this is going through a USB hub that I have right here, and there's a bunch of other devices plugged into it, and I think it's just causing some problems right now. Anything else that I can try? Have this cable. Let's see if this one will work. Nope. Oh, wait. Hello. There we go. So I found a cable that actually works. Great. So in a second, it's going to load our device. Come on. I just allowed it. Okay, there we go. So we finally have everything visible right here. Our device. Now, I want to point out, if you're doing this on Mac, in Mac, just open up your Finder. And in Finder, you'll find your device when you plug it in and do the same thing that I did with the Allow. It will show up on a sidebar, so Finder is basically the equivalent of the Explorer window right here. And your phone should be visible somewhere here on the side, which for me it's kind of like right here. When you click on it, there we go. So it would look like this. Just actually have an iPhone icon instead of what we have right here on Windows. So when you click on it, it will take you to this page like this one, exactly like this one. So in here, there are two different ways we can import music. If we go into music right here, we can do the sync first, right? Nope. Why can't I do this? See general. Oh, there we, wow, missed the box. Sync music onto air. Not sure how I missed this. So once you select the box, we can now select either entire music library, which will pick everything that is in the Apple Music specifically. So everything that is in here is going to be synced. Now there's only 2 songs that you can sync, so that's one way. The other one would be to select selected artists, albums, genres, and playlists, and then you can see them listed right here, and you can choose from all of these tabs, select whatever you want, and once you have checked the box, you would just select apply, and that's it. Now when we go to our music right here, there we go, it's right here, not now, library, and you can see it's now visible in the library. So here is our music. So this is running locally from the device, no subscription required, no payments whatsoever. It's perfect. Now, there's 2 different things that I want, or 1 different thing that I want to add. The way you sync your music will also later on impact how you continue to sync your music. So, because we have selected specific artists, right? Just to give you an example, just a quick little sneak peek. So, where's the same? There we go. So again, same album. Now, the reason why I'm also downloading the same exact album is because I did select, I believe, albums, or it could have been artists. Whichever one it is, it doesn't really matter right now. So let's unplug the device. Come on, there we go, good enough. And did it download? Oh yes, it did. Okay. Again, I own this music, so it should be fine. Fingers crossed. Now, what I'm going to show you is, as an example, later on, if we add music in here, there we go. You see, I just added 1 song, and I now also added 2 here. So now we have 3 songs. You can see 2 songs right now. Plug in. This should be automatic. Might not happen every single time, or if we do it in very quick succession like I just did, but let's hope for the best. If I click sync, will it work? Yes. So typically, after, like, if I were to connect this device tomorrow, it would do this automatically. The syncing process would be done without any kind of inquiry from me. It would just be plug in, automatic sync. Because I just literally unplugged it and plugged it back in, I didn't need to do it myself. But as you can see, I didn't need to add any new music or anything like that. It automatically synced that song that I have added to my music. Because the way I synced it, it already included the album. So I selected the album, and also I believe Yeah, so I selected album and artist, both of them. So any kind of music in the future that I add from this specific artist or album, it will automatically get synced back into the device without me needing to do anything extra. So that's one way. Another way you can actually do this is by manually moving this music in here. So you just kind of drag it over here, but it only works if you import music by, I believe, the selected artist albums. If you do the entire library and you try to move a song individually, it will tell you that you need to basically remove all the music that is already there and then resync it, which is not a very fun option. So just a bit of a limitation that you might be aware of. And additionally, whatever computer you're going to be using for this importing music right now, that's the computer that you're going to be locked to. You can't unplug this phone, move it to your second computer, because God forbid you have two computers actually. Even in Apple standards, I guess you're too rich. And if you want to plug your device to a second computer that also has your Apple Music and media there, maybe different songs, if you try to sync them from a new computer, it will tell you that you need to delete the current ones that are stored on the device. You can only have music synced from a single computer. Go figure why. So just a heads up. But anyway, that's about it. So if you found this video helpful, which I hope you did, don't forget to smash like, subscribe, and thanks for watching.
Welcome. In this video I will show you how to turn off or customize action button on your iPhone Air. First, open settings, then scroll down to action button menu and open it. As you can see, by default it will put your device into silent mode. In order to activate this feature, you have to hold down the action button for a couple of seconds and then hold it down for a couple more to turn this mode off. And if you want to change this feature in action button menu, you have to slide your screen either to the right or to the left to change the action button function. For example, let's select torch, and now whenever you hold down the action button, it will activate the flashlight, and holding it down once again will deactivate it. And if you want to turn this action button off, you have to swipe to the very right of the list and select no action. Now this button will perform no action when you press it. And that's it. Thank you for watching this video. If you liked it, consider subscribing to our channel, leave us a like in the comment below, and I'll see you in the next one.
Hello, in this video I'm going to show you how to use translator for a conversation on iPhone Air. To use translator for your conversation, you will need to first go into a conversation in the Messages app. So let's go to Messages, and now I'm in a conversation, and if you want to translate, you can translate either a certain message or the whole conversation. And in order to do it, press and hold on any of the messages, then tap on translate. And I'm first gonna translate only the message. I can click on continue here to set it up, and now I can select it says the language could not be automatically detected. If it happens, then you need to select the language that you'd like to translate from. Then it translates to my language, but I can also change which language it changes to, and I can copy the translation, I can add it to favorites, I can download languages, I can open it in Translate app, I can even play the message so I can hear it. Now, if you want to translate the whole conversation, press and hold on a message, tap on translate, and now, okay, I'm gonna try a different message maybe this time. Translate. Okay, let's select English, and now it doesn't let me to translate the whole conversation anymore because I've translated just a message. But maybe let's try closing and reopening the Messages app. Translate. Okay, let's go to the recipient then at the top, just click on it. And now for automatically translate, you can enable it and select what to translate from. And since I have English set as my phone language, I could translate it from, currently I can translate it from Chinese, French, German, Italian, Japanese, Korean, Portuguese, or Spanish. So not a big selection, honestly, but let's select Spanish and then, or maybe let's download English and let's see if we can change it. No, we can't. So yeah, you can select what to translate from and what to translate to. But maybe if I select to translate to a different language, like let's select German, and from English, there's no English here. Well, okay. I don't really know why I can't translate from English. But maybe it's really because I just have it set as my main language on the phone. Now it's technically enabled and it's waiting to translate messages because it's gonna take a while, but I'm gonna try fixing it so it actually translates from English. Okay, for whatever reason I'm not able to translate from English, most likely because I have English set as my main language on the phone. But as you can see now, I've set it up. You can see here to translate from German to English, and it does indeed. Of course, it doesn't translate my messages because if I'm sending something, it already knows what I mean. But as you can see, there is the message, the original message at the top, and the translated version of it. This is the default option, just both languages in one message. But you can also click here at the bottom to stop translating from German and stop translating from both language, showing both languages, just show the destination language, and now you can see it only shows the translated version and doesn't really show the untranslated version. So as you can see now, it's all working, and I hope that this video was helpful. Don't forget to like and subscribe. I'll see you in the next one.
Welcome. In this video I will show you how to use back tap feature on iPhone Air. To enable this feature, you have to open Settings on your iPhone, then scroll down to Accessibility Features and open this menu. Then scroll down to Physical and Motor category and find Touch. Tap on it, then scroll down this list until you find the back tap feature and tap on it. Now you can activate both double tap and triple tap features by going to one of these two menus. Here you'll find list of actions that you can use after either double tapping or triple tapping your iPhone's backside, depending on which menu you've chosen. For example, let's select Torch, which will enable Torch after double tapping the iPhone. So let's test this feature. In order to activate it, you have to unlock your phone and look at the display of your iPhone, then double tap the back side of your device and double tap it again to turn this feature off. We can also select an additional feature for triple tap. For example, let's select camera and go back, and then let's triple tap to see if it enables camera. Okay. And as you can see, it even took a photo after a second triple touch. And now to disable those two features, you just have to go into one of this menu and select none, and then do the same for the other menu. And that's how you can use the back tap feature on your iPhone. Thank you so much for watching this video. If it helps you, please consider subscribing to our channel, leave us a like in the comment below, and I'll see you in the next one.
So in this video, I'm gonna show you how to disable password requirement on App Store on your iPhone Air. Okay, so I have the iPhone Air here, and when you download apps on App Store, sometimes you'll see that it asks you for the password, and maybe you just don't want to type it in every time. So to change that, you should go to the settings. And now, at first, it is worth going to the Face ID and passcode, entering your current passcode to the phone. And now, if you have iTunes and App Store enabled here, then every time you try to download an app, it'll just ask you for the Face ID. Sometimes, in some rare occasions, it'll ask you for the Apple account password, and you'll just need to enter it. Even though it's enabled, it asks you more frequently. I'll get to that in the end of the video, but yeah, you can have that enabled if you have Face ID set up, of course, and then you'll just verify every time with your Face ID. You'll just have a prompt to double click on the power button to approve, then it'll scan your face and the app will be downloaded. Now, if that's disabled, then you can actually change the requirement for the password, because when it's disabled, it'll ask you every time for the Apple account password to download an app. I'll show you that on an example. So let's try downloading any random app like Hello Kitty. Let's click on Get. Okay, no, because it requires Apple Arcade. I don't really want it. Let's get to like some this like card game. Click on Get, and now when I click on Install, it asks me for the Apple account password. When I click on Confirm after entering the password, it gets installed. But maybe, oh yeah, I'm already asked about that, but if you don't have this question, then we can change it ourselves. So let's go to Settings, click on your Apple account at the top, then go to Media and Purchases, go to Password Settings, and now you can select whether you want to always require password or require after 15 minutes, which means that if you enter the password to download one app, then when you download another app within 15 minutes, it won't ask you for the password again. And now I can approve it. So now if I were to go to App Store and to get another app, I can just click on Install. Okay, I'll need to enter the password again just to authorize, because I've just enabled the required password after 15 minutes. And now when I get another app, I can click on Install. Okay, there's some sort of a problem. You can see it. Now it should just go through, right? So if you have that issue, then we should first of all try to restart the iPhone by pressing and holding on power and either of the volume buttons. Slide to power off. Wait a moment until the phone turns off fully. Okay. After that, you can wait for additional 15 seconds or 30 seconds, and then start pressing and holding on the power button until you see the Apple logo. Okay. Now wait a moment, and shortly we'll see if it works. But you need to mind that it still not always works, and sometimes there may be an issue with it. But we'll try. We'll try now. I'll just make sure I'm connected to any Wi-Fi network. And let's go to App Store. Let's try downloading an app. Okay. I'm gonna get to let's get the Mario Kart Tour. Let's click on install. Now I'll try entering the password and we'll see if now after that it'll ask me again if I download something more. Okay, it has started the download, and now let's try getting one more thing. I'm purposely not getting the ones with the cloud icon because they already have been added to my account, so I just don't need to do anything. You know, I don't need to verify because they are in my account. But maybe let's try going to some social media and let's get this one. Install. Okay, it asks me again. Well, that's weird. It's not something that I would expect because I've just changed the password settings. You can see require after 15 minutes. So for some reason it's not working still. You should try, besides restarting, you should try going to General, Software Update in Settings, and see if there's any update available. If there is, try installing it to make sure that all the problems are fixed. Okay, so if this still doesn't work, then you can try just signing out of the Apple account and signing back in. So in order to do it, you'd need to click on sign out after clicking on your Apple account in the settings. Then I'm gonna click on sign out, but don't erase. Continue anyway. Continue. I'll enter my password. Okay, it's currently signing me out. And I'll just sign back in. And we'll try doing it. Okay, so it turns out after signing out of Apple account and signing back in, it actually worked. Now when I go to an app and click on get, I can click on install and it just installs. But if it still doesn't work for you, then the only option is to simply go to settings, go to Face ID and passcode, and you will actually need to use the Face ID if you don't want to enter the passcode all the time. Now, when I have Face ID set to my iTunes and App Store, I'll need to enter my Apple account password and then go to App Store. And when I try to download an app, I'll click on get. Now it prompts me to double click on the side button and verify with my Face ID. And that's how you install apps when Face ID is set to App Store. And I hope that this video was helpful. Don't forget to like and subscribe, and I'll see you in the next one. Hello, in this video I'm gonna show you how to bypass stolen device protection on your iPhone Air. Okay, so if I go to the settings on the iPhone, if I can access it, let's go to general, let's go to Face ID and passcode, enter the passcode, and you will see that I cannot reset Face ID. I just cannot do anything about Face ID here because stolen device protection is on. So that makes me unable to disable the stolen device protection as well, because I would need to enter my Face ID. And maybe your child has set it up, maybe someone else has set it up for you, maybe there's another problem, like for example your face has changed, because different things can happen. In that case, if you'd like to bypass the stolen device protection, you will need to erase the phone using a computer. And it is important that you reset your phone, that you back up your files if you can. Now, you won't be able to back it up directly to the computer. By the way, speaking of the computer, you can do it both on Mac and on Windows. It doesn't matter. At the end, I'll show you how to do it on Windows. It's gonna be very similar, so I'll explain it in a moment. But first, if you don't want to lose your data, you should back up your phone. But you can only back it up to the iCloud. So let's click on the account at the very top. Let's go to iCloud and then go to iCloud backup. But now I have full storage. So what I'll do is I'm gonna maybe delete something from the iCloud drive. I don't know, I'm gonna go to manage storage. Let's see what's there. Review files. I'm gonna delete the iCloud drive files. You know, I don't really want those large files to take up my iCloud storage. So that's the first thing I'm gonna do. The next thing is I'm gonna go to the storage of iCloud. And let's go to backups. I'm just gonna delete my previous backups, my old backups that I don't need anymore. So I'm gonna go there. Then I'm gonna go here, delete backup. If you need any of those backups, like for your different devices, like your iPad, your Mac, or whatever, then leave them. But I'm just gonna delete them to save my storage. So maybe I'll delete that one as well. And I think that will be enough for my iPhone to back up. But of course, maybe if you have lots of data on your iPhone, you may need to, instead of backing it up normally, you would need to buy additional space by getting more storage on your iCloud drive. But later on, you can just cancel the subscription, you know, just so you have the backup. But if you can't access the iPhone at all, then you won't really be able to back it up. All you need is to be able to later log into your Apple account, because your iPhone will be locked with Apple account lock, and you will need to log into it after the phone is reset, so it verifies that it's your iPhone and that you haven't stolen it. But yeah, let's go to the iCloud backup now. I'm gonna click on backup, and you can see I have just 1 minute remaining because I don't have much files, so it's gonna go pretty quickly. Of course, you can only back up if you can actually access the iPhone. Okay, now I have backed up, so that's great. It says this iPhone, right? So now I'm gonna go through the whole process, and now the process is gonna be complicated. I'm gonna get my phone, because it's gonna be easier for me to just get another phone and open a stopwatch, because we'll need to do a sequence of buttons on the iPhone in order to get it to DFU mode. I have my MacBook. But as I said, the Windows can be also fine. On Windows, you will need to get Apple Devices app from Microsoft Store. And Microsoft Store is an app that it comes pre-installed on your Windows computer. You just need to get Apple Devices app. On Mac, I just can go to Finder, and my device will appear once it is all working. Once it's in the DFU mode that we're gonna put the device in. So we'll see the device there. I'm just gonna turn the brightness a little bit down here, and let's go to the iPhone. Now, as I said, I'm gonna take my other iPhone here just with a stopwatch, so I can actually count the time, because I will need to do a sequence of buttons. Volume up, volume down, like shortly volume up, shortly volume down, then press and hold side button for 10 seconds. After 10 seconds, add volume down while still holding side button, so hold side and volume down for 5 seconds. After 5 seconds, release power button and keep pressing volume down button. So let's try doing it now. I may fail the first time, you may fail the first time, it's okay, just repeat it until you get it. By now I already have it connected, because nothing will show up on my iPhone. I just need to see it if it gets discovered in the Finder, or if it gets discovered in Apple Devices app. Of course, like you can see, it's now discovered because it's turned on, but I can't really trust it because it has the stolen device protection. So in order to trust it on the iPhone, I would need to enter my Face ID. So let's start it. Volume up, volume down, side button. Now for 10 seconds, the side button. Now I've added the volume down after 10 seconds, and I'm gonna now release the power button. I've released it. and I'm still pressing the volume down until it shows my app in my Finder. Okay, it's done. I can release the volume down because it has shown up. You can see nothing should show up on your iPhone. There shouldn't be an Apple logo here. It says your Mac has detected an iPhone in DFU mode. You must restore this iPhone before it can be used. So let's click on the Restore iPhone. And then click on Restore and Update. Then click on Next. Agree. And as you can see, it is downloading the iPhone software update. It may take several minutes, so get ready for it. And after those several minutes, it'll start doing everything, and it also may take a moment. So just keep your devices connected. Make sure that your computer doesn't turn off, doesn't go to sleep, because it has to be always working with your iPhone. If you're using a Windows PC, it is important that you don't have too many devices connected via USB. Only have your mouse, your keyboard, and the iPhone. No additional devices that are needed. Mouse, keyboard, iPhone, the monitor, and that's it. Because otherwise, like, Windows can't really deal with stuff like that. Now I'm gonna show you how to, in the process, because it's gonna take me a while, I'm gonna show you how to get everything working on the Windows computer. So I'm just gonna quickly switch to my computer camera. I'm just gonna make sure everything is working. Yes, it's working. Okay, we can go to like the browser. We can go to Microsoft Store. So let's go to Microsoft Store. And then search for Apple devices. So it'll be here. Yeah, and we have it. I already have it downloaded, turns out, but if you don't, then click on install, it'll install it. Now I can already open it because I have it. And this is how the app looks like. When you connect your iPhone in the DFU mode, it'll appear here on the list on the left side. You can click on it and it'll look exactly as it does in the Finder on the Mac. So now I'm gonna switch back to our Mac. Done, okay. And I'm just gonna get back to you when it downloads. If there's and maybe if it downloads, maybe later, we'll see. I'm just gonna get back to you later. As you can see now, the iPhone is restarting. There's this bar at the bottom that's not well visible currently, but it's gonna load. It may be even several times. I actually had to redo the process 3 times because first when I did it, it had a problem that was low storage on my Mac, so I had to free up the storage. It told me that the firmware file was corrupt, whatever. It doesn't really matter. Just free up the storage and it works. Then the last time I tried it, it also didn't work even though I freed up the storage, but I think that the problem there was that I waited too long in the DFU mode. So I just had to re-enter DFU mode by doing the sequence of buttons, right? And now you can see it is restoring. So I'm gonna get back to you when it's done. And later on, I'll try to show you another method that you can also use to do it. But before that, I'll also show you how to set up your device, how to restore the backup, and how to do everything that you'll need for your iPhone. Okay, now it is finished and it says iPhone locked to owner. So I'm gonna get rid of the laptop. I'm gonna put the iPhone here and we're gonna begin. So the iPhone needs to be set up in a certain way, knowing the Apple account. So let's select the language, let's select the region, let's do everything. I'm gonna get myself ready for this part of the video. And now let's click on continue, set up without another device unless you want it, connect to Wi-Fi, approve. Okay, it's incorrect. Let's try again. What? I'm pretty sure this is the password. Okay, I'm gonna try a different network. Yeah. I'd like to put something underneath the phone so it's not wiggling that much. And now it'll take a moment. It has to go into the screen. And now you should either unlock it with entering your email and the password to the Apple account used during setup, or use device passcode. I'm gonna do that because it's gonna be simpler, but of course if you don't know the passcode, then you'll need to use the Apple account login and password. Now you can see it is loading, so it's unlocking my phone. Let's click on continue and then select your age. You can set up Face ID. I'm gonna set it up later. Now let's create iPhone passcode if you'd like. Okay, and now it asks you whether you want to transfer your apps and data, and I want to do it from an iCloud backup. I was unable to do the backup onto my Mac because I couldn't do it in stolen device protection mode. So let's do it from iCloud. I'm gonna enter my iCloud now. Okay, now it asks me for the code. I just need to enter the verification code for my Apple account. And you can see it is signing me in. Let's agree to terms and conditions. And I'll be able to restore from backup, right? And you can see now I'm signed in and I can select which backup to restore. I will select the today's backup from this iPhone Air. Let's now wait. It's gonna take a moment to restore the backup, so get ready for a little waiting. Okay, it's loading. Now it's asking me whether I want to restore apps and data and some settings, right? It'll do everything, so let's continue. Now the iPhone analytics, we can click on don't share or share depending on what we want. We can set up Apple Intelligence now. You can enable the camera control. Okay, let's see. It's now restoring. It's estimating the time. I'm just gonna get back to you when it's finished. Okay, it is completed. Let's click on continue. We can set up the Face ID. I'm gonna, as I said, click on setup later. We can set up cellular. I'm also gonna set it up later. And let's see, what else do we got? Audio recordings, sharing, like for improving Siri and dictation. Okay. Now, I'm gonna skip that. And let's click on get started. And the iPhone now works. So I hope that I could help you with this video. Now, if you'd like, I can also show you another method, as I promised earlier, for your iPhone, but now this method will be like with any other device which doesn't have to be a computer. which I think is great. So I'm just gonna quickly log into, just get to my different iPhone. Okay, and you should go to iCloud.com on any other device than the iPhone that has a problem currently, right? Like that. Hold on. I need to put them further away. Okay, let's sign in to iCloud. Now it'll ask me for my own Apple ID, so I'm gonna click on X. And I'm gonna enter manually. Okay, yeah, I need to sign in, as you can see. So let's do it. No, it's not that email, okay. Okay, I'm gonna enter the password. And now you may land here in this page, but you may also land in a page telling you to verify with a code sent to your iPhone. And don't worry, even there, you will be able to find at the bottom a button with Find Mine. So even if you can't verify with the code, you still can see everything. And now go to the correct iPhone. I have many different devices here, so I'll need to actually verify. Okay, this is the iPhone Air. You can see it is connected now. And what I can do is go to erase here. And it may also work. Also you can do it. Let's go to next. Okay, I'll need to continue with a password. Okay, but for some reason something is not working properly, so I'm unable to do it. That's what why I've shown you a different method earlier, because it's more reliable, I think. But if you're able to do it from here, then also feel free to. And I hope that the video was helpful. Don't forget to like and subscribe, and I'll see you in the next one.
Hello everybody, welcome back to HardReset.Info channel. In today's video, I'll show you how to easily reduce transparency on your iPhone 17 Air. So first, what you guys want to do is open up the settings. Now here in the settings, we want to go over to accessibility. So we need to scroll a bit down. It's right here, right under the general. Now click on accessibility and go to display and text size. Now here, as you guys can see, we can enable reduce transparency, and we will reduce transparency and blurs on, as you guys can see, some backgrounds to increase the legibility. So now we can enable it, and as you guys can see, there is a noticeable difference. Even right here on this arrow, we can see that it definitely changes. So now this is definitely reduced and it looks like this now. So here we can manage the setting. Here we can tone down our liquid glass UI, and that's basically it. So I hope this video was helpful. If it was, then leave a like, subscription and a comment, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye.
Hi everyone, in front of me I've got iPhone 17 Air, and let me share with you how to use secret codes on this device. So let's start with opening the dialer and entering the first code, which is *##06#. And as you can see by this code, we are provided with both the main numbers of this device. So let's go back and let me show you another code, which is *##007#, and we have to tap on this dial key. We will enter legal and regulatory information. Basically, you can enter the section using the settings, but this way is a little bit faster. So you can check the regulatory certification here. As you can see, you've got a lot of information. Moreover, you can check things like the license, warranty. So if you will need that, then you can have really fast access to to this option, to this information. Another code is asterisk 3001 pound 12345 pound asterisk. After entering this code, you have to still tap on this dialer key, and basically we will enter the dashboard where you can check the your carrier phone number. Obviously you will be able to see all of those information if you've got your SIM card inserted. Moreover, here you've got two important indicators, which is RSRP and RSRQ. The first one is connected with the signal strength. So here we've got the signal strength, and basically anything greater than -90 is perfect, and anything lower than minus 120 is I would say bad. And as you can see in my case, we are, let's say, in the middle between good and bad. And the RSRQ stands for the signal quality, and here in this case anything greater than -12 is good, and lower than -12 is not really the best. So as you can see in my case, it's quite all right. Okay, so now I'd like to show you the codes which are carrier specific, and you have to be aware that some might not work because it depends on the carrier. So the first code is asterisk pound 21 pound, and then you will have to tap on dial key. Because I do not have my SIM inserted, I will not be able to open that, but I will explain it to you what it means. Basically, after tapping on dial key, your device will kind of ask the carrier whether the call forwarding is enabled, and then you will be provided with a list of the things where you can check whether it is enabled or not. So you will be able to check the information on the screen. Another code will allow you to actually turn off the call forwarding, and the code is asterisk pound 002 pound, and obviously you have to tap on dial key, and basically thanks to entering it you can turn off all call forwarding at once, so you do not have to do it one by one manually. Another code is asterisk 72, and after entering this code you have to follow it with the number to which you wish to forward the calls. So let me enter the number 5874563, and basically it means that now I will forward, or actually the carrier will forward all of the calls which are intended to my device into this number I've entered here. Another code which is actually similar is asterisk pound 62 pound, and it also should be followed by the specific number to which you wish to forward the calls. And basically this is a quite unique feature because it will work only if your device is unavailable. So for example, if you're at the top of the mountain and you cannot really find a signal, then your carrier will forward the calls into the number you will provide right here, and only in that case when the phone is unavailable. And as the last thing which I'd like to show you is how to turn off the forwarding, which we've previously set, and the code for it is pound 62 pound. And thanks to this code we can turn off the forwarding. Alright, so that will be all. Thank you so much for watching. Please hit the subscribe button and leave the thumbs up.
Hello, in this video I'm gonna explain the DFU mode on iPhone Air. There are two different recovery modes, two different restore modes on your iPhone. One of them is called recovery mode and one of them is DFU mode. About a recovery mode, there is already a video on our channel. I'll quickly tell you what's the title because, yeah, it's called How to Enter Recovery Mode on iPhone Air. And this is the full title. So you can search for it if you go to our channel and click on the magnifying glass and type in that title. You'll easily find it and you can open the recovery mode. Now I'll explain the difference between the recovery mode and the DFU mode, because DFU mode is more difficult to enter but is can do more than the recovery mode. So recovery mode is used to update your phone if something's not working. For example, your iPhone is stuck on Apple logo, your iPhone is not turning on even though you know it's charged and that the power button works and it should be working, but like the system has crashed, or after an update something is wrong, then you can restore it, or you can do way more with that. But remember, in the recovery mode there will be two different options. Either update, which will just update your system, and it works in most cases, but if it doesn't work you need to select restore. And restore deletes all your data, but update also may delete all your data. So you need to know that if your data is not backed up, then you will lose your data, but sometimes this is the only option to fix your iPhone. Now DFU mode that I'm gonna show you is more complex because it bypasses the bootloader. The bootloader is the first process that turns on when you turn on the phone. And DFU mode bypasses the bootloader, which gives you more options to, for example, downgrade your iPhone to a previous iOS version, as long as that version is signed and you can actually download it, because not all versions can be downloaded. You know, older versions cannot because they are not signed anymore by Apple. But if you want to downgrade it to a version that is still signed, then you can do it. And there's way more that you can do with the DFU mode. So in this video, I'll be showing you the DFU mode. And for that, you will need a computer. A computer, either Mac, which just has Finder. You can open Finder and you'll be able to manage your phone through Finder. And if you have a Windows PC, you will need to get an app called Apple Devices. And now I'll get to showing you that. So let me simply switch to the monitor. And now if I go to the Apple Devices, well, I don't have it, so let's go to Microsoft Store. Now, as you can see right here, I can find Apple Devices. Then I can download it by clicking on Get. And it's important here that it won't work if you don't have the newest USB drivers on your computer. So also in the process, it's worth making sure that in settings in Windows Update, you check for these updates, and if there is any available, that you install it. It may prompt you to also restart your computer, and then it should work. Now I'm just gonna wait until Apple Devices get installed. You can see it's going through. Now let's open Apple Devices. Let's agree to the agreement. Okay, let's continue. It's uninstalling some Apple support, like old version of Apple support. And quickly, shortly I'll be ready. You will need a cable that you'll connect your phone to the computer. And that cable, remember, it has to support data transfer because not all cables are built the same, and some cables have some problems, and you know, it's worth just making sure that your cable does support data transfer. I'm just gonna plug my phone into the computer just to check if it's working. But of course, if your phone isn't working currently, it's stuck on like an Apple logo, then it won't work anyway. So you can check with a different phone or whatever, just to make sure that your cable works. But since my phone is actually working, I can plug it in, and I'm gonna trust this computer. I'm gonna trust the iPhone. And it should load now. Yes, it loads. I'm gonna click on Don't Encrypt Backups, and you can see we have everything here. So now I should begin entering the mode. For entering the mode, your phone can be either on or off. What's important is I would highly recommend having a stopwatch on a different device because we'll need to do a sequence of buttons, and that sequence has to go at certain times. So first I'll explain, maybe even twice, because it's a very difficult sequence. No matter whether your phone is on or off, your phone has to be plugged in, and you'll need to press shortly on volume up, then release, volume down, then release, then press and hold power button for 10 seconds. After 10 seconds, keep pressing power button and add volume down. Continue holding for 5 seconds. After 5 seconds, release power button and keep holding volume down until your iPhone appears on the screen of your Finder or Apple devices on your computer. So now I'll start doing that. So I'll try doing it, and also I'll do it with one hand so I can actually operate my timer on a different phone. So volume up, volume down, press and hold the side button. I'm gonna actually try again because I started the timer too late. So let's do that again. Up, down, power. Now let's add the... Okay, I failed. I'll release the power, so it's gonna just restart. But it was just like... It wasn't a fail by accident, but it was just because I really forgot. Like I literally just explained what to do and then forgot what to do. So yeah, let's try again. It's gonna be volume up, volume down, press and hold the side button. Now after 10 seconds, exactly 10 seconds, add the volume down. Then after 5 seconds, release the power and keep holding volume down. I'm not holding the power, by the way. I'm just holding the volume down. And you need to continue holding just until it shows up on your computer. So it's gonna take some time, I believe. I would already expect it to show up. So maybe I'm gonna close and reopen the Apple devices. Something's loading. I can see my cursor loading. And also the screen on the phone didn't turn on, so it's a good sign. Because the screen, if it turns on, then you are not in DFU. DFU has screen blank. So, okay, something failed. I'm gonna try again a few times. Okay, I'm back, and as you can see, with a different computer. This time it's a Mac, but it's not because it won't work with Windows. It could technically work with Windows, but I have this constant issue with all my Windows computers. Honestly, like they all have been set up in a way that really has some issues with connecting to iPhone in DFU mode. I don't really get why. By the way, if it happens in your case as well with the Apple Devices website, Apple Devices app, you could also try using the not the Apple Devices app. Instead of that, try using iTunes app, and maybe that'll work. And as you can see right here, I actually when I stopped recording the video, I left the iPhone, I didn't touch it, and it's still in the DFU mode, even though it's been like, I don't know, 1 hour, because I was away for a moment, and it's still in the DFU mode, so it's still usable. So actually I didn't fail that first time. To know if you failed and to enter the DFU mode, you'll see if Apple logo shows up. If Apple logo shows up on the phone, it means you failed and you need to try again. And if the screen is black, then it's most likely in the DFU mode. Now I could restore the iPhone, right? By clicking on Restore iPhone. I don't want to do it now, but you can see it has shown up in Finder. You can see I have Finder app open, and this is how it looks. And if you want to exit the DFU mode, it's also pretty important to know how to do it. So I'll show you that. I'll just get rid of that laptop. Okay, now to exit the DFU mode, you'll need to force restart your iPhone. To do it, press and release volume up, press and release volume down, then press and hold the power button until you see Apple logo. So volume up, volume down, press and hold side button. And now it's gonna take a little time. And now I've exited the mode successfully, so I think that will be about it for the video. I hope that this video was helpful. Don't forget to like and subscribe, and I'll see you in the next one.
Welcome. In this video I will show you how to create flashlight shortcut on iPhone 17 Air. I'm gonna show you 4 different ways to do this, and you can choose whichever you like the most. So the first way you can activate a flashlight shortcut is on your iPhone's lock screen. Here you can find the torch icon in the bottom left corner of the screen. To activate torch from the lock screen, you have to hold your finger down on this icon right here, and then hold it down again to deactivate this feature. To add it to your lock screen, you have to hold your finger down on your lock screen, then select Customize, then tap the minus icon next to the torch icon, and then to add it, press Add, then select Torch, and then select Done, and this way you can add a torch feature to your lock screen. The second place where you can use your flashlight shortcut is the control panel or the control center. To add it here, you have to slide it down, then hold your finger down on an empty space of your control panel. Then I'm going to remove once again torch icon, then tap Add a control at the bottom of the screen, select torch from the list of items. You can also align it here by moving it through the other items. And to apply changes, just tap on the empty space of the screen once again. Then you can activate your torch right from here. The third way to activate your torch is by using double tap or triple tap feature. And to activate this feature on your iPhone, you have to go to Settings, then scroll down to Accessibility Features, scroll down this list until you find Touch, and then scroll all the way to the bottom of the Touch menu until you find Back Tap. Tap right here, and then select either double tap or triple tap. Then select the torch feature on the list of actions, tap on it, and now to apply changes you just have to leave this menu. So right now if you double tap your iPhone, it will activate the torch, and double tap on it again will deactivate it. Now the last option is your action button, which is located on the left edge of your iPhone. To use torch from your action button, you have to go back to Settings, then find Action Button, and then select torch from the list of actions right here. and then just exit this menu to apply changes. Now to activate your torch, you have to press the action button once and hold it down for a couple of seconds. And hold it down once again to turn it off. And that's basically it. Thank you for watching this video. If you liked it, consider subscribing to our channel, leave us a like in the comment below, and I'll see you in the next one. Welcome. In this video I will tell you what orange or green dot on the side of your camera means on iPhone Air. So the green indicator shows you that your camera or your camera and microphone are currently in use, and the orange indicator shows you that your phone's microphone is being currently in use. These are basically the privacy indicators showing you which apps are accessing your microphone or camera. To find out which app is using the feature, swipe down from the top right of the screen to open the control center. And that's it. Thank you for watching this video. If you liked it, consider subscribing to our channel, leave us a like in the comment below, and I'll see you in the next one.
Hello everybody, welcome back to HardReset.Info channel. In today's video, I'll show you how to easily hide your number on the iPhone 17 Air. So, all you guys need to do is go over to the settings, and right here in the settings, we need to go down to apps. So we need to scroll all the way down. They are literally at the bottom. Now click on apps, and here we need to search for the phone app. So scroll down until you see the letter P and click on the phone. Now all we have to do is scroll down here until we see the calls section, and right at the bottom of this section we have the show my caller ID. So if it's disabled, then that means you are already hiding your caller ID, and all that's left to do is either enable it to show your caller ID or disable it, and you will be shown as the unknown caller ID or the no caller ID. So that's it for the video. I hope it was helpful. If it was, don't leave a like, subscription, and a comment, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye. Hello everybody, welcome back to HardReset.Info channel. In today's video, I'll show you how to hide clock behind objects on lock screen on the iPhone 17 Air. So first, what you guys want to do is go over to the lock screen just like I am. So what you guys want to do is whenever you're on the home screen, just swipe on the left right here, and now you'll see that you are on the lock screen. So next, what you guys want to do is hold your finger and then click on customize, and here you either need to enable the spatial scene in order to make it work, but in some wallpapers you don't have to, but you need to make sure that your wallpaper has an object. For example, mine has a Labubu. So now whenever I enable depth effect, as you guys can see, it's just not working, but when I enable the spatial scene, now it does work. So we can click done, and as you guys can see, it all matters if your wallpaper is either with an object or if the spatial scene is enabled. So now, as you guys can see, it is hidden. We can move it upwards to see the full hour, but now it is hidden behind a Labubu. So now we can go back, and as you guys can see, it is definitely hidden. So that's it for the video. I hope it was helpful. If it was, then leave a like, subscription, and a comment, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye. Hello everybody, welcome back to HardReset.Info channel. In today's video, I'll show you how to easily save podcast playback settings on your iPhone 17 Air. So first, what we want to do is you want to open up the podcasts app. You guys can also do that through music, but I'll do that through the normal app. You guys can search for it either here or in the app library, but I will just use Spotlight by swiping down and here entering the podcasts. So now let's click on the app right here and select the podcast that we want to listen to. So for an example, I'll listen to this one. Now, where we can change the playback settings, we can change them right here. As you guys can see, we have the adjust playback speed. We can change it from 1 second to 2 seconds. So in 1 second, we are actually getting twice the speed. So it's 2 seconds per second, if that makes any sense. Now, what we can also do is we can enable or disable the enhanced dialogue. And what the enhanced dialogue actually does in the podcast app, it uses machine learning to improve speech clarity by reducing any background noise in real time without trying to alter the original audio. So as you guys can see, we have it right here. We can enable or disable it. It's totally up to us. And here, as you guys can see, we can select the timer, but it definitely won't save. It's for the one-time use. So here we have the exact playback settings, and here we can change them. So whenever I close the app entirely and go back to podcasts, now as you guys can see, those settings will be saved. So that's it for the video. I hope it was helpful. If it was, then leave a like, subscription, and a comment, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye.
Hello, in this video I'm gonna show you how to how to enable optimized battery charging, and should you, on iPhone Air. So answering the question, should you, yes, you should. Why? Because optimized battery charging is a feature that learns your charging habits. Later on, I'll talk about some exceptions when you shouldn't, but in most cases you should. It learns your charging habits and adjusts the patterns accordingly. So if you, for example, plug your phone in at night when you go to sleep, it'll learn between what hours you go to sleep. For example, let's say you typically go to sleep between 8 and 11 p.m. And you wake up between 6 and, let's say, 9 a.m. Then, if it discovers it was plugged in between 8 and 11, it'll start charging to 80%, then pause, and it will resume charging, but about an hour before you're expected to wake up. So if you have like a very regular pattern where you always sleep 8 hours, then it'll just charge it up to 100%, so that after 8 hours after plugging it in, it is at 100, but in the middle of the night it's keeping at 80, so it doesn't overcharge overnight. But if you have like irregular times of sleep, it just knows the times when you go to sleep with the times when you wake up, then it's probably just gonna charge up to 100 before 6 a.m. So you know that it's charged for sure, but it doesn't like, you know, it makes your battery health better. Now, how to enable it? Go to settings and go to battery, then go to battery charging. Just go to charging and enable optimized battery charging. And now there is one scenario when you shouldn't enable it, and it's when you have very irregular charging patterns. Like, for example, sometimes you charge it in the midday, sometimes in the midnight, sometimes like at 6 p.m., sometimes at 10 a.m. and you know, you always like charge it in different times. Then it may not work too good, because it may have some problems with calibrating itself and learning your habits. So if it doesn't work correctly, you notice that it shows you a notification about charging to 80% when you know that you're supposed to unplug your phone shortly, just you want it to charge to 100, because there's another thing for me to explain. When optimized battery charging is effective, when it learns your habits, when it's used to them, then when it actually gets working, you'll see a notification in the notification center, and it'll tell you what is the expected time of your iPhone to finish charging, like for example 5 a.m. and you will be able to click on that notification in order to actually just once decline the optimized battery charging and just straight up charge to 100%. Sometimes it's useful, sometimes you actually want it to charge to 100% because maybe you're not sleeping that night, or you're waking up very early, and that's like if you need to do that often, like very often, with that notification to click on it, you can disable the optimized battery charging. But in other cases, I would really recommend leaving that enabled, and that will really save your battery life. And I hope that this video was helpful. Don't forget to like and subscribe, and I'll see you in the next one. Hello, in this video we're gonna talk about battery health on iPhone Air, how to check it, and how to improve it. Battery health is quite important for your iPhone. Not only does it make your iPhone last longer on one charge, but also it like when your battery health is low, then your iPhone may overheat and may have some other issues, like for example random shutdowns in cold weather. Now, to check your battery health, you should go to the settings. In the settings, go to battery. Now scroll down, go to battery health, and you'll see all the data. You'll see the battery health, the maximum capacity, which I'm gonna explain in a moment, the cycle count, which is basically how many times have you charged your iPhone from 0 to 100%, and the manufacturer and first use date of your iPhone battery, right? Now, the maximum capacity. When it's new, it's at 100%. So that means when you charge it to 100%, it performs like 100%. But when your maximum capacity drops to, for example, 80%, then when you charge it up to 100%, it's gonna act like if it was charged just to 80 when it was new. So that's what maximum capacity does. Now, it's normal for phones to get to like 80% in about 2 years. So if your phone after 2 years is at 80%, it is normal. This is a typical time. It's not too quick and not too slow. But of course, you can do many things to improve your battery health so it drops slower. Now, on my other iPhone, you can see the maximum capacity is 78%, so it's normal. Now let's see something else. Let's see our charging. Optimized battery charging. This is a feature that will actually improve your battery health. Optimized battery charging, what it does is it learns your charging habits and adjusts the charging patterns accordingly. So when you for example plug your phone in at night when you go to sleep, it'll know when you are expected to wake up. So at first it'll charge to 80%, then it'll stop charging and finish up to 100 about an hour before you're expected to wake up. So your phone doesn't stay at 100% all the time, because 100% isn't the best for your battery. Batteries don't really like 100, as well as they don't like 0%. So also, this is another important factor. If you don't have to, don't charge your phone up to 100. And if you don't have to, also don't discharge your phone below 20%. And there is a charge limit, which I don't like at all. There are some people that really recommend it. I don't like it myself because, you know, when you set your charge limit to 80%, then you have that 80% of the battery capacity from the beginning. So, like, your battery capacity is still gonna lower in sometimes in 2 years. Maybe instead of 80% of maximum capacity, it'll be, let's say, 90%, but still, you get 80% from the beginning. So it doesn't make sense for me. I don't really like the charge limit. I don't really use it, and I'm not the type of person that recommends it. There are other things that you can do, and, you know, still use the maximum capabilities of your battery. Now, speaking of other things, there is a power mode, and you can enable the adaptive power, and this will make your iPhone also run longer on battery, which doesn't necessarily like directly change the battery health, but if it runs longer on battery, it means you need to charge it less, and the less cycles of charge you have, the battery is healthier, right? But of course, it's not only the charging cycles that affect the battery. It's also the speed of charging the battery, the different behaviors, like, for example, putting your phone in direct heat, especially when it's charging, but not only. Basically, when your phone is put into like some hot environment or very cold environment, batteries don't really like that, and it may affect your battery in a bad way. So I would recommend to keep your phone at a reasonable temperature. Also, when charging, never put it under a pillow. I know that there are some people that do it. For example, when they go to sleep, and not only there is, like, you know, I'm not really sure if it's scientifically proved that there is some radiation when you put it under the pillow. I'm not really an expert at that, but what I'm an expert at is the battery. So it makes your phone really overheat when it's under a pillow because it has no ventilation at all, and it gets very, very hot. So I would not recommend that. And also cold temperatures. If you're like in a very cold environment, please just make sure that you have your phone maybe in a pocket, or the best, for example, under your jacket, you know, if you have a pocket on the interior of the jacket, that will make your phone not get too cold. And these are the most basic things that are worth doing to improve your battery health. Also, lowering the battery usage by, for example, lowering screen brightness, or using like not using your phone when charging, especially not playing games when charging, will also improve your battery battery life, which translates into battery health in a longer perspective. And I hope that the video was helpful. Don't forget to like and subscribe, and I'll see you in the next one. So in this video, I'm gonna show you how to set up Face ID on iPhone Air. To set up Face ID, go to the settings. Now go to Face ID and passcode, enter your current passcode that you use to unlock your phone. And now I already have Face ID set up, so I'm gonna reset it to show you how to set it up. And now I can click on Set up Face ID. Then click on Get Started and position my face within this frame. Now move my head slowly. And the first scan is complete. I can select whether I want to use Face ID with a mask, so it'll focus more on my eye area, or whether I don't care about that and I don't want to use it with a mask. I will use it with a mask, so I'll select that. Now I need to rescan because it has to do another scan. And now it's set up. Let's click on Done. Now, it works, but before we test it, you can set up an alternative appearance, like for example, with bird, without a bird, with a different hairstyle, with like something else. You can do that, so it recognizes it as well. And also you can add glasses, so if you wear any glasses, you can click on add glasses, then scan your face with those glasses, so it'll recognize you both with or without glasses. Now I will show you how to unlock your iPhone. You can just lift it, look at it, and it's unlocked, as opposed to it being locked when I don't look at the phone. Of course, if you don't have lift to wake enabled, then in order to unlock it, you'll need to first click on the button, look at your phone, and it's unlocked. So I think that's pretty useful. I hope that the video was helpful. Don't forget to like and subscribe, and I'll see you in the next one.
Welcome. In this video I will show you how to disable camera shortcuts on your iPhone Air lock screen. First of all, hold your finger down on your lock screen page, select Customize, and then to remove the camera icon from your lock screen, you have to tap the minus icon in the top left corner of your camera icon. Now just tap down, or if you want to, you can tap plus icon right here and add a substitute icon instead of your camera. Once you're ready, tap done. And right now, there is no camera icon on your lock screen. That's it. Thank you for watching this video. If you liked it, consider subscribing to our channel, leave us a like and a comment below, and I'll see you in the next one.
Hi, and in today's video, I'm gonna tell you how to insert an SD card into your iPhone Air. So unfortunately, the iPhone does not have the SD card slot. It actually doesn't even have a SIM card slot. But you can still use an SD card by plugging it in via an adapter. I have an adapter like this. You can have a different one. What's important is that I can connect it via USB-C and that it has the SD card slot, which is right here. I have a micro SD card and I'll need to put it in just like that, and now put the adapter into the iPhone. Now when I go to Files and go to Browse, I'll see my card. It's named Android, but it doesn't matter, it's my SD card. You can see I have some recordings here, I have some stuff, and if I want, I can press and hold on it and, for example, rename it. Okay, that's not what I meant. I can press and hold and get info about it, and I can also press and hold and erase it, for example, like that. Then I can go into that and record stuff on it. I can put some stuff, I can transfer files from my iPhone, for example, let's get here and let's try to transfer anything like this photo, for example. Let's press and hold, then move and select the SD card, then click on copy, and it is copied. I hope that the video was helpful. Don't forget to like and subscribe, and I'll see you in the next one.
Here I have iPhone Air, and let me show you on this example how to hide distracting items. Let me show you how to hide ads on every website. So let's begin. Alright, so let's start by opening the Safari. Let's choose some website. In my case, it could be the HardReset.Info. And as you can see here, I have some ad that is distracting, and if I would like to hide this ad, all I need to do is use this icon right here. Let's tap it. Tap Hide Distracting Items. Now select an item. Tap Hide. And the item disappear. I am able to read the website, the text without this ad, so it's really useful. If I would like to return the ad, all I need to do is use this icon again and choose Show Hidden Items. And now here I have the ad. The ad is loading, so probably when I refresh the page, the ad will pop up right here, as you can see. So that's it. Thank you for watching. Please subscribe to our channel and leave thumbs up under the video.